Hey dads, have you seen Star Wars The Last Jedi yet? I went and saw it this weekend, so I'd figure I'd do a little movie review for you guys. But first of all, hi to all the new dads out there. This is Dad Reviews. This is where I give you my unedited, hopefully more authentic review of the products and movies that I've liked, used, and seen. So if you're into that, you might want to click that subscribe button, and I'd love it if you smash that thumbs up. So we went and saw, my wife and I went to see Star Wars The Last Jedi 2 days ago. And I've had some time to process it and kind of just see what was going on around it and what other people thought about it. First thing that I noticed though, when I heard this on the radio or something, I can't remember where, but on RottenTomatoes.com, the critics gave it a 93%. And the audience score right now, as of December 18th at 10:30 today, 10:30 a.m. this morning, it's at 56%. I'm sure it's going to fluctuate as the time goes on. But I just found that there's a big disconnect there from the critics the critics to real people. I found that very interesting. So I figured that I would give you guys my review. Just gonna say, I do these videos off the cuff. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. Hopefully I don't, but just in case, there might be a spoiler in here. If there is, I'll try and make it so that my mind places it at the end. How about that? So I woke up, what was it, Saturday morning, and I was thinking about the order of which I like all the movies. There's 8 of them now, and I was trying to figure out where I would like to see this one placed in that particular timeline in my head. And I have to say, The Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite. And then I think it's gonna have to be the original Star Wars, A New Hope, and then Return of the Jedi. And then after that, we're gonna go Force Awakens, and then we'll go the prequels. I probably like the third one, the second one, the first one. So I don't know if you guys know this, but ever since like the summertime, it was springtime this year, I've been like going through all the Star Wars canon stuff. I've become like a Star Wars geek as much as I can be in, I don't know, 9 months of listening to and reading and watching everything that's Star Wars canon. And I'm almost done through most of it, but I kind of leapt forward a little bit because I wanted to kind of have a placement for this one. And whenever it comes, after I saw this movie, the first thing that I thought of is, okay, where does this fit in with how I like the other movies? And I can't decide if it's before The Force Awakens or after The Force Awakens yet, but it's somewhere near there. There's obviously, the core 3 are still definitely, I think, the best right now. And then it's either this one or The Force Awakens. Because The Force Awakens was like a refresher, a renewer, a bringing back of the spirit of Star Wars. And this was kind of like the thing that comes after that. Does that make sense? I wouldn't say that it was better, but I wouldn't say that it was worse than The Force Awakens. So going into my review, I'll say that, and this is where some spoilers might come in, just to, if you want to shut the video down, mute me or whatever, I don't know. This is spoiler alert, possibly. I would say bookmark this video and come back to it if you're scared of a spoiler. I would say that I felt like things progressed, but nothing got wrapped up. That's how I felt in this movie. I felt like there was I felt like I was hoping for something. I wanted clarification on at least one thing. And I know the reason why they didn't do this. It's because they want to be able to make the next movie, which is coming out in, what, a year or two? Episode 9. They want to be able to wrap all those things up. But I feel like they should have just given a little bit, like how in The Empire Strikes Back, they gave you a lot of great action and it was, jam-packed just like this one was, but at the end there, and you hear, Darth Vader, I am your father. I mean, that was like a huge thing that nobody expected, and it left you wanting more. And I was hoping that The Last Jedi would kind of do the same thing. I was hoping that you'd have all this great action and all this universe established, this whole new thing that they have going on. After The Force Awakens, this comes in, it's like, okay, what's gonna be our big thing here in this movie? And I feel like it wasn't there. Like, I wanted the character development to go along just a little bit further, but it didn't provide. And also, I have to say that the movie seemed to have ran just a tad bit too long. I feel like they could have kind of shortened some things, or I don't know. I felt like it was like too much. And I also felt like some parts were rushed as well. Like, I honestly would have rather have seen this saga be 4 movies as opposed to 3, which I don't know if they're trying to, you know, keep them tightly knit like that, but it seems like they rushed a few things. I feel like they left out. Maybe they're gonna kind of fill it in with like some of the comics or stuff like that. You know, I've been reading the comics, like I said at the beginning, and I've been reading the books and everything, and I felt like there were some holes there that could use some filling, and hopefully they address that. I don't know if they will or not. So, being dads here, you know, dad reviews, we like to talk about, you know, I talked about this with the Jurassic World trailer that came out. If you guys want to check it out, I'll link it up there. But I like to talk about, is this suitable for your kids? Do you think you should bring your kids to watch this movie? And first of all, I have to say that this is a PG-13 movie, so you know, it's mainly violent oriented with the laser guns and all that mess. So you know, people dying, and you know, and I think it had kind of, if you want to bring your kids who are under 13, you need to ask yourself, do they understand those types of things like death and shooting and that type of stuff? Our son's 5 years old. He really hasn't watched that much Star Wars because, one, I just got into it, and so he's seen he's seen me like reading stuff or watching a show or something like that. He likes like Ninja Turtles and whatnot, so there's like weapons and stuff, but he doesn't understand, I don't think, the ideas of like, you know, death and all that type of stuff. So like whenever he has a toy gun, we tell him, you know, you can't shoot people, you shoot animals because you can eat the animals, you know, that type of stuff. So like he'll take his guns and shoot it at like a squirrel or a bird or a frog or whatever it is. So you know, it depends on like, lack of a better term, how innocent your children are and if they're gonna understand and comprehend everything. Also, there's a lot, in this movie, there's a lot of like religion, like deep understanding of that kind of stuff, and that's probably gonna fly over their heads. You know, the kids are gonna go to the movies to see, you know, the battles and the fights and all that type of stuff, and from our kids, who are 5 and 6, I just don't think that they're ready for that. So I did not take my kids to go and see it. Your kids may be different, I don't know. But that's my review and understanding of The Last Jedi, Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'd love to know y'all's thoughts down in the comments below. Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? It looks like, I mean, 56%. Seems like some of the audience is really not digging it, so after I watch do this video, I think I'm gonna look up the audience score for all of the Star Wars films to see how they rank and see if that goes along with my ranking that I started with at the top of this video. That'll be very interesting. I'll leave a comment, or I'll leave some information that I find out down in the description below. Also, if you guys haven't seen any of the Star Wars, or you're looking for like memorabilia or whatever, I'll find some Star Wars links, some cool things that I think are neat on Star Wars, and I'll link them up down in the description below so you guys can kind of just become more involved in the universe that George Lucas has created. So, thank you guys for watching. If y'all want more videos from us, there's 2 more right there on the screen. I'd love it if you watched more of our videos. If you have a product or a video movie that you want us to review, let us know down in the comments below. I'll see if I can watch it or get my hands on it and do a review of it for you. If you want more of the dad reviews, there's a subscribe button right there in the middle. Would love it if you hit that. That thumbs up is appreciated, and dad out.